Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for Sagittarius. We've actually got three cards to start us off today. We've got from the Energy Oracle, Door to Spirit, which I feel is specifically letting you know that you need to pay close attention to your own intuition right now, especially when it comes to watching videos like this. Make sure that you aren't looking to reinvent the wheel, right? If something feels right that you hear in a video like that, it should be something that's basically confirming what you've already suspected or kind of had a feeling of, right? But this is helping you, I believe, realize that in order to find what it is that you want, you need to let go of some control issues and spend a little bit more time taking care of yourself. So we have let go of control issues and love yourself first. All right, so Sagittarius, let's put those up for you and call in spirit with some wind chime time. Sorry, I hope that's not too loud. I always get nervous about your earbud situation if your volume gets irritating at all. All right, well, I hope you're having a wonderful day, Sagittarius, and that if you are watching this on Monday, that you had a great weekend as well. I think we'll start with some Lenormand. We'll go with the golden Lenormand. All right, what else do we have for Sagittarius? We have the anchor. This is generally a positive anchor. You know, sometimes it's a symbol that can communicate that you're being held back from forward movement, but this is generally to denote that we have somebody that has some sense of stability or maybe even like a sense of belonging wherever they are. And then to round that out, we have the cross. Now, when I was first learning Lenormand, I was like, oh, sweet, this is probably a sign for like religious beliefs or faith. And you could, in some way, say that that's what it is. But what I see here is somebody who has a different perspective and it's helped them kind of ground themselves after a really difficult ego death or a situation that basically had them reevaluate what they were doing, how they wanted to live their life, and who was in that life. So, major changes, at least from an internal perspective here, for whoever I'm reading for. And then we have the ring coming out, you guys. It's worth mentioning we have number 35 and number 36, the last two cards of the Lenormand, and they're consecutive. The ring is number 25. Okay. I can't help but feel that for some of you, you may have some adorable little date story that has to do with a fortune, like in a fortune cookie, because this little banner behind the ring really makes me feel like either you had a situation on a date, or maybe you even, like one of you, maybe even had a reading and there was some sort of like foreshadowing or prediction. Maybe you were hanging out with friends and somebody jokingly said, if we're still single in 5 years, I'm coming for you, like there's something about kind of a knowing from the very beginning. And then we have the key, which is one of my favorite cards in the Lenormand. I love that the word rhymes with number 33. But this is basically telling me that after a difficult period in your life where you had to work pretty hard to get some sort of stability reestablished, there's an opportunity for you now to almost like undo what you did and change everything. But it has this promise with this ring of like a whole new beginning and something that you really did want to have in your life. This is coming across as union is the solution. So we may have somebody that is, I don't know, experiencing doubts where it concerns a love situation, whether or not they should pursue it or if they need to focus on themselves. And I feel like with especially with these first two or first three cards that we have out, you'll be able to leverage your intuition to figure out what the right answer is for you, but you do have to make sure that love yourself first is already a box you can check off in terms of you being good to you before you can really fully understand how someone should treat you or how you would want to treat them. I think it's been a while since we had the Skellies from the Marigold Tarot, so we'll go there next. What else do you have for Sagittarius, please? Somebody wants to make amends or address something that's caused a bit of a fracture in what was a stable or really grounded connection. We have the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. This feels like somebody maybe causing a little bit of drama or tension in an emotional connection because they were feeling overwhelmed or burdened and not really in control. They didn't know how to deal with all of the change going on around them. And that could have also included some change within them. Maybe they were having a change in perspective. Maybe they were realizing they wanted something different. But with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, I feel like they see now why there was a bit of a roadblock or an obstacle, and that it was something that they had to go through or something that you had to go through. This could even be something that two people had to go through on their own before they could come back together, right? Allow the situation to unfold naturally. We have the Ten of Swords. Somebody may have kind of assumed that things were just like over. There was something, I think something somebody said was a little bit difficult to hear, and it may have been said in anger. I feel like somebody wants to kind of explain what they were trying to say and apologize for hurting somebody. There may be a gift that this person wants to give in order to kind of really underscore how they feel. We have the Two of Wands in the reverse, the Devil in the reverse, and the Star. What a fabulous combination, you guys. So somebody is realizing that they did something that was maybe a little reckless, a little bit reactive instead of like a thought out response to something. That's what I get with the Two of Wands in the reverse. This can often signify somebody realizing they planned something poorly or they approached something incorrectly. And then we have somebody acknowledging what fears or codependencies might be getting in the way of what it is that they really want and healing or addressing whatever that is so that they can move forward towards their wish fulfillment. This is beautiful, you guys. Somebody has had, I think, kind of a whirlwind couple of weeks here where they've really done some deep diving and figured out who they are more clearly. I feel like this is pertaining to a situation where somebody has had to feel or has felt like they needed to be who their partner wanted them to be instead of just being who they want to be. And it's taken a little while for this person, I believe, to come to that conclusion and then kind of figure out who they really wanted to be. That's part of this love yourself first, right? I think somebody has decided they deserve love because they took the time to address what was making them feel like they didn't. Actually, let's switch to feeling the Tarot de la Nuit because I do feel like there's a beautiful feminine energy here. This deck has a lot of imagery with Beautiful women. All right, what else do we have for Sagittarius? Death. Interesting. This is clarifying the Five of Wands in the reverse. Somebody is changing or transforming ego death, right? Because they know that they caused some sort of heartbreak or some sort of separation here. And it was not a necessary separation from how they're looking at it, right? I think at the end of the day, it was a necessary separation because you both needed to address something inside before you could really dive into this union. But this person has taken the time to actually look at what has been painful for them and what they want to take with them and what they can leave behind. Because we have the Ten of Wands, and that's all about acknowledging what kind of baggage you're hauling with you everywhere, and if you maybe need to take more of a carry on only approach. Yo, that is like the way to go, by the way. Like, I legit went to Germany for a week and a half and didn't have checked baggage. What's up? And I still look good. There's something here about being able to acknowledge that something that you had carried in terms of fears or concerns pertaining to love was related to a past situation. And this Knight of Cups is kind of giving off like hope, right? Like, I need to let go of the past heartbreak and acknowledge that I could, lighten the load that I'm carrying by choosing hope and choosing to believe that this could actually be something beautiful just for me. I think somebody had to basically come to the conclusion that something beautiful is happening because they deserve to have something beautiful happening to them. Queen of Pentacles. This is a really interesting, I want to make sure you can see it, so I'm going to bring up one of my homemade candles. This is a really interesting depiction because she looks kind of like a scary Queen of Pentacles, to be honest. But notice she's holding a key, and it looks a lot like this one, but this one's black and this one's gold. And the way I see that is this Queen of Pentacles is absolutely wife material. That's what the Queen of Pentacles is. This is somebody who is loyal, but this is somebody who has been loyal to the wrong people. This is somebody who has built up a wall and kept people on the other side because they've been hurt by too many people that they genuinely cared for and that they thought cared about them. And she's holding this key so delicately. Like, normally I would want to drop this key because it's just another wand I have to carry, another burden. But she's hesitating because she knows it's like a heart of gold. It's a key of gold. And it's sparkling. But this black key, that's her key. And I feel like that's whoever her partner or her soulmate is, they have this key. So it's like, even though somebody has tried really hard to not believe that love could work out for them, and they've, had conversations with themselves, like, I've had 7 horrible relationships. Why would this one work out? They still can't get into that mindset where they actually believe it. They, I think, genuinely believe that there's something different about this opportunity. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This feels like the energy that has hurt the Queen of Pentacles before, that she had to walk away from. So we have perhaps a pretty serious relationship in the past that had a very, very painful betrayal. This could have been somebody actually causing physical harm or getting caught in a third party situation. There was something traumatic that happened in this relationship. And I feel like it all stems from a need to control the feminine energy coming from the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This King of Pentacles in the reverse could have Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo in their chart. But I think more importantly, what it's conveying to me is that this Queen of Pentacles walked away from a partner of hers in the past because this person was basically heartless, willing to do anything for money, and I think liked to kind of toy or hurt this feminine energy. And the fact that she's looking over her shoulder as the Eight of Cups makes it seem like it was really hard for her to actually completely sever this cord. Like, yeah, I'm walking away, but I'm still looking back because at the end of the day, it's really hard for me to say no to this person when they try to come back into my life. Even though I know, Seven of Swords, that this person is not an honest person. This person is not a good person. Hello, William. How are you? Thank you. We've got this Seven of Swords clarifying the devil in the reverse. I feel like this feminine energy has discovered that the solution to her trauma or her issues is that she needs to address what those fears are within, but also accept that she can move away from whatever those problems have been. She can actually cut the cord completely with this King of Pentacles in the reverse. And she has the ability now to use her discernment to see things more clearly. She's just, I think, mustering up courage and strength after identifying what needed to change. So we have Ten of Cups in the reverse, Temperance, King of Wands, and Knight of Pentacles. All right, so I love this deck. I kind of forgot about how much I love this deck. So you maybe have already seen me pull this card a couple of times. I giggle or smile every time I see it because they misspelled temperance and it says like thumbprints. So there's an H instead of an E at the beginning. So I don't know. I feel like in a way you're finding balance or stability with your person through kind of a lighthearted playfulness, but it's maybe a situation where you have to leave home, they have to leave home. One of you doesn't live where the other one does. Somebody is getting a new job, and there's some sort of scary change because this Ten of Cups in the reverse is underneath the death. And it may have pushed this person to really, this feminine energy to really think about whether or not they could trust this person. So I feel like we have with the King of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles here. This Knight of Pentacles always gives me Daenerys Targaryen vibes. I love, like, okay, the show did not end well, but I love that character because she is so capable in the face of a bunch of people that did not believe in her. So I feel like this is somebody who's used to having to be defensive, maybe has to identify before anyone else when she might be attacked. I'm specifically thinking of a situation where someone was trying to make sure they wouldn't get poisoned. So I feel like this feminine energy has fear that she carries with her because she knows that this King of Pentacles in the reverse that she's left in the past has not respected the fact that she left and probably is pretty angry, maybe even vengeful. With this King of Wands, I don't know if you can tell. I'm gonna get all up close and personal. He's got like blood at the edge of his mouth, like he's a vampire or he has recently just taken somebody out. And this is under the Knight of Cups. I feel like this is more the like helpful energy that's coming in, the one where this feminine energy is thinking she might be able to trust again. And that could be you, Sagittarius, right? Because we've got King of Wands. So you would likely either identify with the feminine or the masculine in this reading. But we've got basically somebody who has decided to move away from a situation that has caused them a lot of heartbreak and to rebalance their stability and their life. But they're trying to figure out if they can trust this King of Wands energy. And this Knight of Pentacles underneath the Queen of Pentacles only furthers my suspicion here that we have a feminine energy that has tried to find the right balance of protection and a joie de vivre. If we're going with the Tarot de la Nuit, we'll go with French. This feminine is tired of always having to defend herself, but it's really hard to put down that armor when you are so accustomed to going to battle. We have the Fool. This is clarifying the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, I don't really like this energy. This feels like somebody who's trying to pretend that they're innocent. I don't know why, but I feel like she's an illusionist. Painting something fake is kind of what she looks like she's doing. But this is in clarity of the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like there's somebody who's about to either tell a lie or fabricate some sort of scenario whereby they look like a better mate. And it's a complete fabrication. They just know they're losing or that they have lost. And this is like that Hail Mary, like, I'll do whatever I can. They might literally propose after years of withholding that. Don't fall for it. Whoever you are, feminine energy, if you have an angry ex from your past who always wanted to keep you down or upset, they haven't changed. They've just noticed that you changed. We have the Moon clarifying the Eight of Cups. This is giving me King and I vibes. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. It's pretty old. They may have done like a remake of it, but I'm talking about the one with, oh shit. Now I can't remember her name. It's like literally from like, I think the 50s. But there's a feminine energy that visits a royal court. I'm so nervous. I think it's in Siam. And she dresses like this, and it's so beautiful. And there's this scene where she keeps having to go lower and lower on the ground despite her giant hoop skirt in order to make sure that her head isn't above the king's head, monarchy shit. And I feel like, in some sense, we have somebody that has realized this King of Pentacles is no king, does not deserve reverence, does not deserve this beautiful feminine energy bowing before him or trying to be in a lower submissive position to him. When in reality, she is, if we're going with like spiritual court, she is like levels beyond this King of Pentacles in the reverse. She has good favor while he does not. So it's kind of like an underdog situation where I feel like anybody who knows these two individuals would probably predict this feminine energy is going to go back to this masculine energy because it's happened so many times before. But people maybe have zero clue that this feminine energy has gone through an ego death and has a changed perspective and loves herself more than she has in the past. And you guys, that makes me so happy. I've been through something like this. I know what it's not, or I know what it's like when you don't have self-worth. And hello, Christina. And to reclaim that when so many people are convinced that you won't be able to is empowering as fuck. And I can feel that energy. This feminine energy who has been heartbroken over and over again has been gifted some sort of courage or self-love, and I think in part because of this King of Wands, to believe in herself, to be able to choose a better situation for herself. And I think she's about to surprise a lot of people. That's why we have the moon. Someone left and people expect her to go back. And she's going to surprise, I think, a lot of people by revealing that she's actually much more courageous or stronger than they expected. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This person who wants to offer perhaps a proposal after being aggressive or violent towards this feminine energy, I feel like she's going to be able to see through this particular situation and know that he's always been dishonest, so he's still being dishonest, and this would be a loss, and she will cut him off and or like not even respond, and he'll be, I think, shocked. Because look at you guys, we have the star clarifying the star. People don't expect this feminine energy to have found the hope and the healing that she needed to be able to move away from this unhealthy relationship, this toxic relationship. And while they expect that this feminine energy is weak and unable to tame this beast, look, she still looks like Daenerys Targaryen, doesn't she? They're going to be in for a surprise because with the Seven of Wands, you can even see it. I'm going to get a little bit closer for you guys. She means business, okay? Like, this is like, she's not sitting on a motorcycle, but she may as well. She's got like bad bitch vibes. Like, somebody has really changed for the best in terms of being able to protect themselves and believe in what they actually deserve, right? Which is happiness and like actual love. All right. We're going to use the Black Tarot to get a little more detail for you all. Death in the reverse. Interesting because we have death right here. So this feels like, because it's right underneath let go of control issues, there's somebody here who has basically had to admit that part of why they kept dealing with the same heartache or difficulty in relationships was because they weren't willing to hold other people accountable and hold true to whatever boundaries they know they needed to have. And with the King of Wands, I see somebody, you see those wands in the ground? That's like somebody building a fence in my mind. So I feel like there's somebody who's realizing, I know why I haven't been able to move on from this situation. It's because I haven't protected myself. I haven't identified what I'm worthy of and that this is not that. I'm going to build a fucking fence and block that asshole out. There's not going to be a chance for this person to come back because I'm going to put so much distance or wood in between us that they can't come back. And with death in the reverse, I feel like this is somebody refusing to let another person basically exert control over them. So for some people in this reading, this let go of control issues is you have to like accept that there are some things you can't control. And then for others, it's you have to like stop being subservient or submissive or willing to sacrifice your own happiness for other people. You have to reclaim your own control, right? We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Hanged Man in the reverse. Yeah. that's kind of like what I just said. The Wheel of Fortune, sometimes it's just a sign that there's a lot of change happening. Maybe somebody who was at the top of the wheel is going to the bottom, or vice versa. But what I think is really happening here is someone is being rewarded for deciding they no longer want to be in that hanged man position. They don't want to be a sacrifice for somebody else. They don't want to continue to take, the slings and arrows from somebody like this King of Pentacles in the reverse who just wants to see them unhappy. This is somebody liberating themselves and taking control of their own life and basically relinquishing somebody who thought they had control over you of that control. Like, oh, yeah, I don't have a leash on anymore. What are you going to do now? Whoa. Like, my dog used to just go crazy in the backyard because, that was where she got to do whatever she wanted to do. There wasn't anyone pulling back on that leash. And I feel like that's like the zoomies are kind of like in my head right now because I feel like somebody is realizing just how much control they actually can exert over their own life. And it's making them feel empowered and also like hopeful. Ace of Cups. Somebody is having a change in fortune in the love department specifically. So we have, you guys, this is so beautiful. We have the Ace of Cups and the Sun. Now, this is not a very happy deck, you guys, but these are basically the two happiest cards you can get. This is somebody showing themselves love first, showing themselves respect, love yourself first, right? And then choosing to be happy, having the courage to fight for something that they know is what will make them happy. It makes me so happy for you. And you may notice there is some interesting, like, overlap here in terms of the imagery. I feel like somebody has had to basically change their perspective. They were maybe blinded by something false, and now they've seen what real love should be, and it's helping them heal and choose something better for themselves. What the hell? Trying to move my cards on me. All right, we have the Devil in the reverse and the Four of Wands in the reverse. This is the end of a significant relationship or the destruction of some sort of foundation that somebody thought would be around for a very long time. This King of Pentacles thought this ability to tug on the heartstrings of this kind feminine energy would be something they'd be able to do whenever they wanted. But we have the Devil in the reverse and the Four of Wands in the reverse. Somebody has let go of a codependent relationship and it's like final. There's no changing this decision. All right, let's look at a few from the Everyday Tarot for you, Sagittarius. We're already at like 34 minutes, so we'll probably just do this and then maybe the miniature OG, and then we'll call it. We have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Interesting, because now we're on the other side. And Three of Pentacles. If people are not showing you the love or respect that you deserve, you are comfortable walking away because you do not want to be in this Two of Swords energy again. So this is like, if you don't show me love, we cannot be collaborating. I am fine doing shit on my own. I don't need you. So, you choose how this goes. If there's anything that makes me feel like I can't trust you, then I'm walking away. Somebody just has, you know, boundaries now. We have the Two of Cups in the reverse. This is a breakup. And Nine of Pentacles. So absolutely a breakup. This is somebody, and Justice. This is somebody saying, I deserve to be free of this relationship that has really only made me feel bad about myself. And I'm going to invest in what makes me happy with this Nine of Pentacles here. And with Justice, this is exactly how it's supposed to work out for you. You're supposed to have learned from this relationship just how valuable you are so that you could get to the point where you're able to give or receive a cup of love with that new self-worth in mind, right? We have the Ace of Wands, a new beginning, a new chapter in the world. So you see how the Woman in the World card is kind of looking towards the past, if you will? Be careful that you don't get too distracted by what happened in the past from what is happening in your current or your plans for the future. Somebody is, I think, doing a very good job of trying to put a lot of that baggage at rest or get rid of it. But there may still be a tendency every now and then for an argument or a conversation that goes south because you're slipping back into that former unhealed self. And when that happens with the Star in the reverse, you're being encouraged to find time in nature or some sort of peaceful environment that will help you ground yourself and, stay present. Exactly. Four of Swords, introspection, time alone. Solitude is important. You can be in a very happy relationship and still manage to be independent and have time to yourself. In fact, I very much so encourage you to do so. But there's something here about making sure you stay committed to that healing so that you don't slip back into the old ways or old codependencies. Queen of Swords, boundaries. Have healthy boundaries, but also know that forgiving other people is not just for them, it's also for you. When you have a Ten of Wands card come out, that can often mean there are people that you need to forgive or that you need to just, kind of let go of whatever happened and stop focusing on that so that you can enjoy what's happening now, right? Stop and smell the roses kind of idea. All right, what final messages do we have for Sag? I just saw the Hermit. You may be dealing with a Virgo. I just saw the Lovers in the reverse. You may be dealing with a situation where someone felt like there wasn't going to be another opportunity with the two of you because somebody did not choose who they wanted to choose initially. But now we have Death, the Devil in the reverse, and the Page of Swords. It's like there's some information that has come in. Maybe it's even something you see on social media that lets you know somebody has changed or somebody has addressed something that was holding them back. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. I literally put it on top of the King of Pentacles in the reverse. And Eight of Cups in the reverse on top of the Eight of Cups. This person wants to try to make this feminine energy come back to them. And I don't like to tell people how to live their life, but you would be much happier if you never saw this King of Pentacles in the reverse ever again. Six of Swords. Keep on trucking, okay? Tell me about this King of Wands, please. We have the Lovers in the reverse and the High Priestess. This feels like somebody being worried they won't get chosen. But we have the Six of Wands. Under that was the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So that would be victory or somebody coming back to you. And then we have Eight of Wands. Yeah, you guys, if you're worried, let's say you're this King of Wands and you're worried that this Queen of Pentacles is not going to choose to invest in something new with you or let go of this King of Pentacles from their past. I think you're just dealing with a little bit of confusion, maybe even negative self-talk, where you're kind of talking yourself into a tizzy. But I don't think you need to worry about it because this King of Pentacles in the reverse is not a soulmate. This is just somebody who was emotionally manipulative to somebody that needed to be loved. We have Six of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Fool. There's a new beginning here that's going to happen. It's maybe a little bit of a bumpy ride, but somebody is going to have a feeling of success after some communication here. This could be really like quick back and forth kind of communication. And with the Fool, there's a new beginning here that I think you both want. All right, two more, please. The Emperor and the Five of Wands in the reverse. So this feels like Sagittarius, whether you're resonating with the feminine or the masculine energy here, I feel like there's a message to you to speak your truth, be respectful, do not argue, be patient. There are a lot of feelings happening in this situation, and I feel like there have been a lot of betrayals or things that were said that shouldn't have been said that make people a little bit more susceptible to wanting to like shell them or wall themselves off and not really communicate with people. So try to be patient and give people the benefit of the doubt. I feel like this is going to go at, the end of the day, it's going to go the way you want. It just might take a little bit of patience and, Sagittarius, you're an earth angel. So you got that figured out, right? All right. I will probably be back with, I don't know, maybe like a divine feminine reading in a little bit. But thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.